Every Super Bowl that we should have had since 2010. Here we go. In 2010, I think the Super Bowl should have been Patriots-Packers. The Patriots were the best team in the NFL in 2010, going 14-2 and steamrolling their competition until losing to the Jets shockingly in the divisional round, and the Packers were really just the team of destiny in 2010. This would have been a phenomenal Super Bowl matchup in a rematch of their Week 15 Sunday Night Football game. In 2011, I think we should have gotten Patriots 49ers. We were actually shockingly close to getting this matchup before Kyle Williams' muffed punt in overtime in the NFC Championship game gave us Giants Patriots. These two teams were the class of the NFL in 2011, and I thought that this was really the matchup of destiny. In 2012, I think we should have gotten Broncos Falcons. I think that these two teams were the best in their respective conferences instead of the Ravens and 49ers. Both of these teams lost in heartbreaking fashion to those teams. The Falcons in the NFC Championship game blowing a 17-0 lead, and Denver, of course, on the Hail Flacco in the divisional round. In 2013, I think we got the right Super Bowl. Denver's offense was unstoppable and ran through the AFC, and obviously the Seattle Legion of Boom defense was really the class of the NFL in 2013. This was the right Super Bowl, and in my opinion, the right outcome, no matter how boring this game was. In 2014, I think we should have gotten Packers-Patriots. We got Seahawks-Patriots, and in my opinion, the greatest Super Bowl of all time, but I think Green Bay should have been the NFC's representative. They blew a 2-touchdown lead in the fourth quarter of the NFC Championship game, and I don't think anybody in the AFC was stopping New England. This should have been the matchup. In 2015, we got the correct matchup for Super Bowl 50. Denver's defense was on an all-time tear throughout the AFC playoffs, and obviously Super Cam and the Panthers went 15-1 in the regular season, and nobody was slowing them down in the NFC. This was the right matchup. 2016 gave us the correct Super Bowl contestants as well, as the New England Patriots went 14-2 and rolled their way through the AFC, and the Atlanta Falcon offense, their high-octane offense led by MVP Matt Ryan, was really on a roll through the NFC. This gave us another one of the greatest Super Bowls of all time, and I think it was the right matchup. In this hypothetical world, 2017 would have been a fun year. We would have gotten Blake Bortles versus Nick Foles, Jaguars versus Eagles for the Super Bowl. As a New England Patriot fan myself, I'm glad that this wasn't the matchup, but I think the rest of America would have loved to have seen Jaguars-Eagles. In 2018, I think we should have gotten Saints-Patriots. I think the Patriots did enough in the AFC Championship game against Kansas City to deserve going to the Super Bowl, but I think New Orleans relatively was screwed by the no call on Nikhil Roby-Coleman. I think a Saint Patriots Super Bowl, Drew Brees versus Tom Brady, would have been an all-timer. 2019 gave us the right Super Bowl matchup as well. The 49ers and Chiefs put on a great game in Super Bowl 54, and I think both of these teams were the class of their respective conferences in 2019. In 2020, however, Kansas City would have gone back to the Super Bowl, but I think they should have been playing the Green Bay Packers. I still don't understand how the Packers didn't win that NFC Championship game at Lambeau Field. I think this was Aaron Rodgers' best chance to get a second ring in his career, and he wasted it at home in the title game. I think 2021 should have given us 49ers Bengals. The Bengals obviously coming back from that 21-3 deficit in the AFC title game to stun Kansas City, but the 49ers blew a 10-point fourth quarter lead on the road in Los Angeles in their title game to squander their shot at a Super Bowl. I think this would have been a great flashback to those two 80s Super Bowls that we saw between these two teams. And lastly, I think that Super Bowl 57 between the Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles was the right matchup. I think that all season long, this was the game that we expected to get in the Super Bowl, and it was what we got, and it was a barn burner.